We all initially believed that Elon Musk was a businessman in the same vein as Bill Gates. However, the reality is that Musk is a scientist who has successfully navigated the business world. What sets him apart is that he is not just an entrepreneur, but also an inventor, a quality rarely found in other prominent figures like Warren Buffett, Jack Ma, and Bill Gates. These individuals are visionary businessmen who primarily handle capital and have minimal involvement in the actual production processes of their companies. In contrast, Musk wears multiple hats. Not only does he hold the CEO positions at SpaceX and Tesla, but he also assumes the role of chief engineer in both enterprises. His workday routinely extends beyond 12 hours, with a substantial 80% of his time devoted to engineering and design, rather than marketing or social media activities. The text underscores that Elon Musk firmly believes that learning and understanding physics hold the key to humanity's salvation, and he has invested this belief in his son. It goes on to elaborate on Musk's journey from being a coder to achieving remarkable feats in rocketry that surpass even NASA's accomplishments, leading many to regard him as a figure of godlike stature. Musk's commitment to lifelong learning is outlined, with the first principle being his unwavering focus on continuous education. Musk employs two primary methods for lifelong learning. The first involves voracious reading, as he once expressed that books served as his teachers, given that his parents cultivated his passion for reading. Musk, a dedicated reader, can complete up to 60 books within a month, dedicating approximately 10 hours each day to reading and assimilating knowledge from two distinct books in a single day. His reading volume significantly outpaces that of his peers. The text also highlights Musk's penchant for reading a pair of books from diverse fields daily, dating back to his teenage years, which means his reading pace is approximately 60 times faster than an average person's. Musk himself acknowledges that his lifelong reading habit, cultivated since childhood, has instilled in him the confidence to pursue his unconventional ideas. In an era where many entrepreneurs opt to leave school, Musk stands apart as someone who not only completed his bachelor's and master's degrees in physics and economics, but also chose not to drop out. Musk's second method of learning revolves around immersing himself in environments teeming with talented individuals. For instance, before launching Tesla, he didn't possess prior knowledge of building electric cars, and the same held true for rockets and SpaceX. However, he, along with the world, was in the dark about this until NASA. Books failed to disclose this specialized knowledge as well. So, how did he manage to accomplish these feats? To establish SpaceX, Musk relocated from Silicon Valley to Los Angeles and recruited NASA scientists as advisors. One instance shared in an interview revealed Musk's unique approach to discussions. He engaged in technical dialogues with experts across various departments working on rockets. An employee recalled that Musk would persistently ask questions until he grasped around 90% of their knowledge. By the time they realized he was learning from them, he had already acquired the information. This approach molded him into an expert with knowledge that surpassed the comprehension of most individuals. Furthermore, all executives at Tesla and SpaceX not only possess expertise in their respective domains, but also comprehend the function of each component and hold fundamental engineering knowledge. This practice underscores Musk's commitment to working with the best people, enhancing the proficiency of his teams. Musk actively supported the concept of Clubhouse due to its unique ability to provide an affordable means for us to engage in conversations with entrepreneurs and experts, allowing us to learn from them effectively. This forms the basis of his third principle, first principles thinking. In his youth, Musk had a fear of the dark. However, he rationalized that darkness was merely the absence of visible wavelength photons, leading him to conclude that it was irrational to fear something without light. This early example illustrates Musk's logical approach to breaking down complex problems into smaller, physics-based solvable components, aligning with his strong advocacy for first principles thinking. First principles thinking involves viewing the world from a physics perspective, peeling away the superficial layers to uncover the underlying essence, and then systematically building up from this fundamental level. In contrast, the conventional approach often relies on comparative thinking, where problems are solved by comparing and emulating what others have done or are currently doing. This latter method typically results in only minor improvements and variations. For instance, a notable case in Tesla's development involved Musk encountering the challenge of high costs. According to an insider, the prevailing battery packs were expensive, and there was a belief that future prices wouldn't decrease because they had always been costly. This perspective left little room for innovation or cost reduction in battery packs. At that time, the cost of battery packs stood at $600 per kilowatt hour. However, Musk, by adopting a first principles approach, meticulously examined the battery packs and recognized their composition, which included carbon, nickel, aluminum, polymer separators, and a metal casing. He then contemplated the idea of procuring these raw materials from the London Metal Exchange and having his team assemble them into electric car battery packs. This approach led to a substantial reduction in battery pack costs, dropping from $600 to $80 per kilowatt hour. The fourth principle, cross-disciplinary learning, is Musk's rejection of specialized learning in favor of advocating for a more cross-disciplinary approach. Traditional education often emphasizes the need to focus on a single field to become a top talent. However, Musk views this as a mistake and believes that had he exclusively studied the automotive industry, he would never have generated ideas like solar energy or rocket launches. Cross-disciplinary learning, he argues, empowers individuals to gain a broader and more innovative perspective. Musk's versatile skill set allows him to bridge different domains and ideas, connecting various possibilities. His expertise now spans fields such as rocketry, engineering dynamics, biomimetics, artificial intelligence, and more. He can be described as a polymath who puts his knowledge into practical use. During his high school years, Musk's fascination with rockets prompted him to dive into rocket-related textbooks. Subsequently, he decided to construct a rocket model on his own, which he proudly displayed at school, and this model was capable of ignition and launch. His endeavor caused a significant stir at school, and he was perceived as a prodigious figure. In a television program, Musk was asked if he could successfully launch rockets solely by reading books, to which he responded affirmatively, emphasizing the importance of complementing book learning with practical experiments. Musk's fifth ability is his capacity for transfer learning. From childhood, his reading interests extended across a wide spectrum, encompassing science fiction, philosophy, religion, programming, and biographies of scientists, engineers, and entrepreneurs. As he matured, his reading and professional interests further broadened to encompass physics, engineering, product design, business, technology, and energy. This unquenchable thirst for knowledge led him to explore a multitude of disciplines not typically covered in a conventional educational curriculum. Musk possesses a distinct and often overlooked learning approach, the ability to transfer knowledge. Transfer learning involves the practical application of what one has learned across diverse fields, fostering the ability to adapt and innovate by drawing from a rich reservoir of knowledge. The essence of this text lies in the concept of transfer learning, which involves applying knowledge acquired in one context to another. This can include taking theoretical knowledge from school or books and putting it into practical use in the real world. It can also mean utilizing expertise gained in one industry to benefit another. Musk distinguishes himself with a unique two-step process for transfer learning. Musk's distinctive approach to transfer learning begins with the organization of knowledge into fundamental principles and mental models, aligning with the concept of first principles. Research indicates that transforming knowledge into deeper, abstract mental models is advantageous for transfer learning. One method that aids people in gaining an intuitive understanding of potential mental models is the method of comparison. To understand the letter and the principles that define it as an A, there are two approaches. Method 1 involves examining various variations of A, while Method 2 entails looking at a large number of identical A's. The more effective approach is clearly Method 1. Each distinct variation of A under Method 1 enables a deeper comprehension of the similarities and differences between them, unlike Method 2, which doesn't offer meaningful insights. The key takeaway is that when learning something new, relying solely on one method, often referred to as best practices, is insufficient. Instead, it's essential to explore various methods to facilitate a deeper and more comprehensive understanding. The core concept involves deconstructing various fields and subsequently comparing and contrasting them. This process enables the identification of their fundamental principles. The next step in this approach sees Musk reconstructing the fundamental principles of a new domain. Musk's accomplishments are not the product of magic but rather a result of adhering to the correct learning process. At a profound level, the key takeaway from Musk's story is that we shouldn't limit ourselves to specialization as the sole or best path to career success and influence. In conclusion, we can glean valuable insights from Musk's approach to learning and thinking, which includes reading a substantial number of books, immersing oneself in environments rich in talented individuals, adopting first principles thinking, which involves breaking down complex problems into smaller components, engaging in cross-disciplinary learning, developing the ability for transfer learning, Musk's unique abilities may not be miraculous, but they are the result of his persistence and unwavering belief in his goals. His path to becoming a legend is not accidental but rather an inevitable outcome. Rocket, elevate your YouTube experience with our Patreon. Rocket, ready to take your YouTube journey to the next level. We've just launched our Patreon, and you're invited to join the inner circle of our community. Why become a Patreon member? Sparkle's ad-free bliss. Say goodbye to those annoying ads. As a Patreon supporter, you get uninterrupted access to all of our videos. Enjoy a seamless, ad-free viewing experience. Tear off calendar exclusive weekly content. We're all about giving back to our biggest supporters. Every week, we're creating something special just for our Patreon members. Expect exclusive content that's crafted with you in mind. Speaking head, have a say. Your opinion matters. Influence the content we produce. Suggest, vote, and help shape the topics that make it to our channel. It's your chance to be a part of the creative process. Clapperboard, be first in line. Don't wait in line. Get early access to some of our latest YouTube videos. Be among the first to enjoy our content before anyone else. By joining our Patreon family, you're not just a viewer, you're an active participant in our content creation journey. Your support helps us create better, more engaging videos, and we offer you an exclusive peek behind the scenes. Ready to dive into a world of ad-free, exclusive content and become a vital part of our channel's future? Join us on Patreon today. Link in the description to the video.